Friends, congratulations. What a day, what a historic day in the market. This will be a day that will be remembered in the market forever. Wow. I don't where do we even start with like the trilogy of essentially here, just like all the superpowers coming together in the world today to make the stock market go crazy. So hey, how you doing? I'm glad you're listening to me yap here. We got a lot to talk about here. Okay, so obviously, Palantir hit all new highs today. SoundHound running really good. Big Bear looking for a $4 range. We're gonna find it. We might if the market continues to do good. There's not a lot of pushback in the market right now, and we may not find pushback here for a moment. So Today, obviously, I think most of you. First things first, inflation report came out essentially, and it's still in this teeter-totter situation where not bad, not great, not terrible. We'll take it. So that's the least of our worries at this point. Right now, today, what happened here was the Saudi situation. So, you had BlackRock CEO, all these big CEOs show up, tech CEOs show up today with Trump and Saudi to make this deal happen, this huge $600 billion deal. And then Trump said, hey, we're going to invest this much in, arms, defense. And there was a reason why certain people showed up today with Trump. Now, Elon was there, Jensen was there, and Alex was there. Alex Karp was there. So that's why I said Alex Karp is rubbing shoulders. He's in the White House here. Now, a lot of people were saying that Kevin from the CEO of Big Bear was there today. I have not found any evidence that he was there, so I don't think he was there. There's people it's all over chat rooms and stuff. I cannot find pictures. I cannot find anything of him saying that he was there as of right now. So if you can find some, I would love to know, but I don't think he was there from what I'm seeing here. So and I think if he was, it was be proven, probably Big Bear would have shot up a lot more. So obviously this is great. The market reacted huge with this news today. It's been like bam bam. We had the UK deal still, the tariff situation happening, China deal with tariffs doing really good there, and then today with this huge deal with Saudi. This is really big, and we might have the rest of the week might be good in the market. I'm honestly hoping for a sell-off at this point because I took some profit today with things. I was like, this is hot money, and I'm going to take it. I'm going to sit back and watch what happens here, let the dust settle a little bit. So it's a really interesting situation to see how much further we're going to run with this market. The S&P 500 is obviously looking for a 6,000 point range again. And man, this was the stuff I was yapping about here not long ago, where I was like, if all these deals start to take place, we're going to be back where we were with the S&P 500, with a lot of our stocks here that have done really well with all-time highs, and we're going to beat some all-time highs. So looking at Palantir here, let's talk about Palantir particularly. So just a huge day for Palantir all around. Alex Karp was with the Trump administration, all the big time guys today. They even gave, and I haven't even watched all of it, but they did a big interview all these people over there today, and I've watched a little bit of it, but I want to watch more of it. I just have not had time. But it's on YouTube. You can go watch it. I recommend you do. But Alex was giving a chat in that interview with other big tech CEOs. So today with this, Palantir ran up to, we essentially hit 130. Okay, Palantir has hit all new highs again here. This is why I made this, very difficult chart, as you can see, where I said, we've accomplished 110, 130. We're pretty much there. We're going to go ahead and put that as a check mark. We're there at this point. By summer, the big question is, can we get to 150 here by summer? And I think we'll say summer somewhere is looking somewhat like June, July, maybe August. Maybe we'll be at 150 here. If things continue to roll the way they are, man, this is a really big situation because, let's bullet point this thing out here where this road is going with Palantir right now. We just had the quarterly, a great quarterly, another 40% on top of what the last quarterly was. Palantir right now is actively working on a huge deal with Elon Musk, other companies. They're there with this whole new Saudi situation that undoubtedly is bringing in billions and billions of dollars that Palantir will undoubtedly be a part of. And there's going to be more money that they're going to lock in from that. Not to mention the NATO deal that everyone's like probably forgot about at this point because it came out right before quarterlies. That money has not even touched quarterlies. Like that, we haven't even seen that money coming in. So, I mean, it's like you're trying to keep track of all this stuff right now with what's going on with Palantir. And it's kind of difficult because there's so much going on right now with this company. It's amazing. So you've got the great quarterlies. You've got Alex Karp, who's rubbing shoulders with all the big wigs, who's obviously getting deals. He's pushing his company. I mean, you couldn't ask for more. This is the CEO you want for a company. This is the guy. I know people say what they want about him, and he's obviously, he's got his political beliefs, and you say what you want, all that kind of stuff, but we obviously know where he is pointing. But this right here, where Palantir is going, we're still under $1 billion quarterly. We could be hitting $1 billion quarterly. I think any quarterly at this point, from now on, from this Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, we could hit $1 billion quarterly, at least be in the $900,000 range of a quarterly, $900 million dollar range. So this is the real situation of where Palantir is headed. Now, Palantir obviously is still very overpriced, but why you're buying Palantir at these levels is because of what's going on. They keep getting deals. Alex Karp is rubbing shoulders with all these big wigs. Palantir is getting these luscious deals that are not stopping, and the quarterlies are doing this 40% on top of each quarterly. It may grow from there. So friends, this is a very unique and interesting situation that we find ourselves in right now with Palantir. Okay, Palantir is just this. Palantir, compared to a lot of these CEOs and companies that were there at the Saudi deal today, Palantir, I would probably say, from what I've seen, is probably one of the smallest companies when it comes to like market cap and stock and company. But they're rolling with the big guys, and the big guys like Palantir, and they're all working together. So what does this mean? This means that there's guaranteed probably luscious deals here coming down the pipeline with Palantir. There's more to come here. So I would not be shocked somewhere from now until, anywhere this month, next month, a month after that, somewhere in the summer, where some kind of major deal may be announced here with Palantir in X company, something, okay? I think that this is just, I think these are breadcrumbs that we're following here. We're just following breadcrumbs as customers, as investors with Palantir. So this 150 mark that I'm talking about with the summer, do not be shocked to maybe see this. And for the person going, well, that's just ridiculous. Why they can't go to 150? I get it. Like, I'm right there with you saying, like, 150 is insane. It's too expensive. I get it. But what you have to realize, we've went past what is normal with Palantir a long time ago. Like, we're not there anymore. Okay, we're not there. Palantir is, I think Palantir has entered into this playing field of where Tesla's at, where Tesla is going back up into a $400 range. And it's way over what you should be paying for it, but it's obviously, Tesla's making a ton more money than what Palantir is making. Obviously, there's no comparison. But Tesla, you're also buying into what's coming. You're buying into, the robots. You're buying into the robo-taxi. You're buying into, whatever else Elon Musk unleashes for Tesla into the future. That's what you're buying into, okay? So Palantir is finding itself in that situation where it's the expectation, it's the FOMO. You're buying a chunk of that price tag on top of the reality of what the stock is bringing in. This is a company that isn't bringing in, at this moment, from what we can see, billion-dollar quarterlies. But it's very close, and it's probably going to happen this year, if not any quarterly at this point. Yes, it's expensive. You've been doing this. People have been buying this ridiculous price tag on Palantir here for a while now. It's nothing new. And I do think it's going to continue. I think it's going to continue. It's such a unique situation that we find ourselves in here with Palantir. So even if you're buying Palantir at 110, 130, you may be in profit range by the summer. That's how ridiculous the situation is right there. I don't think this is like news to a lot of people that are following the situation. I think a lot of people, listen, there's a lot of people saying that Palantir is going to $1,000 a share here by next year. So, me saying 150 is just like, it's a penny in the bucket here. But I think 150 is going to be coming faster than people realize here. And then obviously I have October at 180. We need to hit 150 before we see 180. But if we hit 150 by summer, 180 by October, that's 2 more quarterlies at that point, and we could be in billion-dollar range for quarterlies, or even closer to that actually happening, at least by Q4 of 2025. It's a real situation. It is a really interesting situation, and it's a very unique situation, what's going on here with Palantir. They are finding business. They've got their business. They have a product. They have their bread and butter of what they do to achieve these numbers, and they are achieving deals. They are achieving numbers, and you have to continue to pay attention to what's going on with Palantir. Palantir could be at 135 tomorrow. That's the reality. I'm curious I'm very curious at this point to what is going to make the market sell off right now, because right now the market is wanting to run harder. The market is wanting to go. Now, obviously, if the inflation report came out better today, the market may have done better. Who knows? But I don't even think that the market is even caring about inflation right now. The market right now is looking at these tariffs deal. They're looking at these tariff deals. They're looking at these deals with other countries, these tariff deals. These are huge. These are turning out to be something much more massive for the stock market and for our country, more than what even, the market doesn't care about inflation right now. The market doesn't care about, how much bread is. It doesn't care about how much eggs are. It just doesn't care right now. And we've seen that for the last 4 or 5 months. This has been going on. Inflation's been not great, obviously, and it was worse before Trump even became president. The market hasn't cared about inflation. It just hasn't. Now, obviously, that could change and, snap. But right now, the market is more concerned about these tariff deals getting locked in and good, being better for us here in our country. It's a really interesting situation, and this is new road that a lot of investors, this is something our fathers haven't went through, our grandfathers haven't went through. This is a new market. This is new companies that we're investing in, and it's a really, I think a lot of people, and I keep seeing articles too and reading this, how much longer will this tech bubble last? I don't know that this is a bubble. This may just be the new reality. I talked about this last night. This may just be the new reality of the market where, there's always trends in the market. We went through the last big trend we had in the market was the EV trend. Everyone was like, I got to buy this EV company. There's this new EV company. And now the market's kind of settled on that. And, the better ones have outwon the other ones. And now we're in this tech run. We're in this tech run, but the tech run keeps getting, wanted more by the investor, and it keeps growing more. It's not stopping. There's such a fight right now for tech companies. I don't know that it's a bubble at the moment. I mean, it's not like tech is going to stop. That's the thing. Like, we're not just going to hit this place where, well, we've done all we can do with tech. No, because tech goes into so much. It goes into automobiles. It goes into defense. It goes into everything. It goes into household goods. And that right there is a driving force in the market, 100%. So moving into Big Bear, what a day for Big Bear. I mean, congratulations. I had so many comments today where people are like, oh my God, I just made so much money off Big Bear. I bought in at, under $3, or I bought in at $3.13, $3.15, and I sold today and I made a ton of money. And so congratulations on that. I'm glad everyone made a ton of money. And for people that are still holding maybe at higher levels, things are looking interesting here. They're looking interesting. Now, the other main comment that I'm seeing today with a lot of Big Bear stuff is that people are saying and thinking, and we're gossiping out here that, Trump, is, talking about, this bigger defense deal, Saudi, all that arms deal, on Syria. And, Big Bear maybe be a part of that. Maybe they will get a new contract out of all this. I don't know why it could happen. And, I think it's better to say it could happen than it couldn't happen. Obviously, I think probably Palantir would probably have first pick of any kind of major deal coming up. But Big Bear has been getting defense deals, obviously, and I think it will continue. I think there will be, obviously Big Bear is working with the Trump administration. They're in the cabinet right now, which is good. It's great. So, and this has been the driving force with Big Bear, obviously, 100%. People know this. Investors know this. Listen, there's one reason why we're all here still looking and talking about Big Bear. It's because of the defense deals. There's nothing wrong with saying that. If Big Bear was not getting these defense deals, we wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be talking about Big Bear. Honestly, I could care less about Big Bear if it wasn't getting these defense deals. I really, that's the God's honest truth. But defense deals lead to a lot of other deals. And defense deals lead to a lot of money, ongoing money. And we've seen that. We've seen that in Palantir, 100%. I'm very curious to see organically, Big Bear right now, obviously still dealing with this whole lawsuit crap going on, and this is supposed to be wrapped up here at the beginning of June, and I hope it is. I hope it's just gone, but I think the majority of investors are like, we're just over it. We're like, whatever, we get it. It doesn't affect future quarterlies, anything revenue this year, whatever. And I think Big Bear is seeing that. I think they see that from investors. So, Big Bear organically is doing great. It was running hot today. I mean, it was trying to get into this $4 range. It was close. It was so close. But it just didn't make it there. It's only Tuesday. And listen, they're still all over there. They're all over there, and there's still more that could happen here. Trump is over there making deals. They're all making deals. I mean, they're all trying to get something going here. Like I said, I keep typing up to see if the rumors are true that CEO if Kevin was over there today. I cannot find anything with him being over there. People are saying he was over there. I think it's just gossip at this point. Us investors were gossiping. I can't find that he's over there. Okay, so obviously I want to see a picture of him over there. That would be great, but I don't think he's over there, guys. So where Big Bear goes tomorrow, I think is going to be very interesting. Big Bear wants to run. It wants to go here. It wants to be free and get back up into this $4 or $5 range. And I do think Big Bear could get there easily. Investors are watching it. It's not dying down here. But too, I think the main thing today with what happened here is key points here is that this was good. This was a good day for the market. This was a good day for AI stocks, AI companies, defense companies, all around really good. And if you're in these companies right now, it's so true that this is going to lead to a lot bigger things. Listen, this is new money today. That's why the market loves this, because that money, this billions and billions of dollars that we're being told about right now, this money did not exist before. It was not in our market. It was not in these companies. This is all new money. So this right now is so positive because investors are going, this is money we did not have in these companies before. This is going to push quarterlies. This is going to push the market. And that's why the market was so infatuated with what was happening today. And listen, there's more the market could continue to run tomorrow. That's what's so interesting. It's going to take some really negative news to drive the market down. Listen, you're not hearing from, be careful what I say here, but you're not hearing from people who are against Trump today. They can't say much because this is whether you're Democrat or Republican, this is good for you in the market today. This is really positive. This is going to be a driving force into our future quarterlies, into our future market, and it's not done yet. And just to go over SoundHound, SoundHound had another great day. Look at this. This is cuckoo. SoundHound playing around this $11 mark again. So, obviously we've had some drama, some good drama in the past here with SoundHound, where SoundHound, just months back here, it ran to over $20 and it was like, oh my goodness, what is going on? And that was even before they had that Q4 really good quarterly. So SoundHound, I think a lot of people are still paying attention to SoundHound, 100%. They're in this range of making new revenue. They're making more money right now than they've ever made. If they can continue this all through the year of 2025, it's going to be such a strong indication that this stock is going to do even better in 2026, okay? So it would probably be hard for SoundHound at this point to, go below and stay below $7 to $8 range. I think because the expectation of what they're doing. Listen, SoundHound had a banging year in 2024. They paid off a lot of debt. They got a lot of deals, partnerships. Some of them ended for a moment, but they made a name for themselves. People are still watching what's going on with SoundHound 100%, and the stock is surviving. It's doing really well. So when I look at Palantir, I look at Big Bear, I look at SoundHound. This is pretty much the this is like the trifecta here. This is like it's the unity of these three stocks. Two of them are very similar. One of them, SoundHound, couldn't be any more different from what they provide with software. So obviously Palantir is proven to be just a once in a blue moon opportunity for investors, and there's still much to come. We're talking about later in the future even going to $1 trillion market cap. Big Bear, we're very suspicious that Big Bear could be a really, really heavy hitting stock later in the future, okay? If they can continue to lock in these government deals, continue to get into a place where they can pay off debt, continue to get into a place where the stock will run, I would love to see their CEO talk more. That's a big thing I would love to see. And SoundHound, SoundHound is a very quiet stock as well. They have a CEO that talks once, twice a year, but they're getting business and they're pushing into a bigger, broader global scale when it comes to business. We saw them capture a lot of deals over in Europe last year, and that's continuing. So I'm very optimistic about all three of these stocks, 100%. One of them is pretty much guaranteed. Big Bear, the other one, we're still hoping, we're still pushing. And SoundHound's making more money than it's ever made before, and we hope it continues to do so. So friends, listen, great day. I'm excited. Tomorrow, I can't wait to wake up and see what's going to happen tomorrow. Palantir is on a road for 150. SoundHound, can it hit $15? Maybe, probably. Big Bear is looking for $4 to $5. I'm hoping we can get it. Let's see what continues here with this week. Do not count this week out yet. It is only Tuesday. There's a lot more to come here, and I think we could have a banging. If you think we made a lot of money today, we may make it. I'm honestly, I know this sounds selfish, but I hope there's a little bit of a sell-off tomorrow because I want to buy back into some stuff. I sold some stuff today because I was like, this is too hot. I gotta take some profit here. So I'm hoping maybe there's even for a split of a second tomorrow, there's a little bit of drama in the market so I can buy back in. So we'll see. Friends, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate all of you listening to me yap here, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.